I am at Monte de Seüra today in southern Tyrolia. It's a takeoff place, and in front of us we see the tandem pilots. So this is a good opportunity today to find out how to take off and to land here. According to the German Hang Gliders Association takeoff database, this is a northwest takeoff up here, but I have had a look around and it seems that you can also take off to the northeast. Oh, so let's have a look what this tandem pilot is doing here. He has his own wind finder with him, while as the official takeoff is to the west or to the northwest down the slope. The tandem pilot here puts the windsock directly to the other side on the opposite, to the east. But before we now have a look at the takeoffs in detail, I want to present you the whole paragliding area. We have a landing down in Santa Cristina, which is a quite small spot in the valley. We have a second landing up in Monte, huge field, you will see it later in the video. We have a takeoff directly at Monte de Seura to the northeast. And we have another takeoff, the official one according to the German Hang Gliders Association's database, to the west or also to the northwest. I was able now to have a few words with the tandem pilot who put up the wind finder. He told me they are launching normally to the northwest on the skiing slope, but it is also possible to launch to the northeast where the wind finder was placed. Also, the tandem pilot told me that he would advise not to land at the landing number 1 in Santa Cristina, according to the map I have shown, but to the landing number 2 in Monte, because the Santa Cristina spot is very small and narrow. So after the tandem pilots told me yesterday that it is possible to launch from Cicada, I went away from here. I had a great flight, which you find in another video. Now today I'm back to have a closer look at the Mont de Seura's takeoffs in detail. So I am now back at the northeast launching spot where the tandem pilot put this flag yesterday, and if we look to the front, this is a very broad open field, but it's not very steep, so it would be good that a nice wind comes from the front. Now let's have a look at this launching place in 3D. It is more or less a pretty flat open field with trees in front of it. But the main take-off is over there, where the tandems have started yesterday and where just a minute ago a single pilot took off. So let's get there and have a look. So here the glider can be prepared without any problems or without any disturbance from other pilots, and the takeoff is directly in front of us on the slope. Yesterday I started at the Cicada mountain, also first time from a slope. Well, it's not so easy because the skiers are crossing all the time. This is not to underestimate. I even had to stop one launch and to start all over again, and then I still had to run slalom through the skiers. But if we look at this takeoff here to the west or to the northwest, it is also a very broad takeoff where I don't think anybody gets a lot of problems taking off here. It is quite easy and straightforward, and the field is starting not too steep and getting steeper and steeper over time. Here another view in 3D. Now I'm here in Montepana, directly at the windsock of this big landing field. Well, when I was up there at Mont Seüra and I talked to the tandems, they told me that they are landing here because St. Christina is too small. Even so, the landing in St. Christina is, according to the German Hang Glider Association's launch and landing database, the official one. But look at this big field here. Here can go nothing wrong. And up there is the Monte de Seüra. The altitude is about 350 to 400 meters from here only. So I'm a little bit surprised that the tandems are using this mountain, where the flight duration is only about 4 to 5 minutes. But well, if the customer pays it, it's fine. And you can get up the mountain very quick and very often during a day. So if you look to the right where the skiers are moving to, then there is the start of the cable car, which takes you up to the mountain in less than 5 minutes. So this is in winter a very good mountain for learning, for doing small flights, and even maybe for hiking up. I don't know the conditions in summer. It can be that in summer launching up there is enough to start for long cross-country flights, but I'm not sure because the whole launching is to the north and there's no way to get to southern ridges anywhere, because behind the takeoff there are two big mountains, the Langkofel or Sasolonco and the Blattkofel. This is the landing in St. Christina now, next to the small and old cable car to Montepana. Well, I understand the tandems if they say they don't want to do the landing here. I cannot even imagine how to land here. There's a power lane crossing the terrain, going right through the place, and the car parking over there. Maybe a stall specialist who is able to get down vertically would be able to do the landing here. Okay, but if we look up there to this area above, it seems as if approaching without obstacles might be possible. Well, but from the dimension point of view, it's also not much larger than down here, maybe 50 meters or something like that. Independently how we look at it, everything seems to be very small and difficult down here at this landing. Well, if we look back from the cable car down to the landing field, it seems as if it was not meant to do the landing down next to the start of the cable car, but a little bit further up on this field. Still, so the field is not very big, and as I said, there's a power line crossing it. The whole field might be in a square about 100 meters to 50 meters. Okay, but if the tandems say they don't want to do the landing here, then definitely I also won't do it, and I would recommend the Montepana for the landing. In today's video we have concentrated very much on the takeoff and the landing, and we totally forgot about the great scenery behind Montepana, which you can see here with the mountains Langkofel and Blattkofel. I hope you enjoyed the video.